A really good example of this is that the universe is expanding. So this is called the Hubble expansion. Perhaps you've heard of it. But what happens is that if you take two galaxies, so these two galaxies are something like a megaparsec apart. So maybe you don't know a megaparsec, but it's a really long distance. So this is such a long distance that their individual curvatures, so if I come back to here, so the fact that they're individually curving the space, they're not affecting each other. So they're not being pulled together anymore by the sort of what we would call the gravitational attraction force, but that is really down to the curvature around each of these galaxies. So they're really very far apart. And what you'd find if you looked at these galaxies is if they started a megaparsec apart, 1 second later, they would be 1 megaparsec plus 70 kilometers apart. So they're actually moving away from each other. So that's really weird, actually. It's really hard to explain. Like, how do you explain that using a gravitational force? These objects are normal galaxies. They have positive mass and matter in them. And so they should, if anything, attract each other. Or, if they're so far apart, they should just kind of stay where they are. They should just stay a certain distance apart in time. But what Hubble showed is that, in fact, they are moving apart in this way.